Is throwing away paper difficult for you? Don't worry, you're not alone. But research shows that 80% of what we keep we never use, especially if we can't find it. Saving everything leads to overstuffed file cabinets full of outdated information that no one uses, and piles of paper that surround our desk and cause frustration. Often our papers represent strong emotions, fears, hopes, dreams, and good intentions, or hours of hard work. To help you decide whether to keep a piece of paper, I've developed guidelines I call the art of wastebasketry. In my experience, 40% of the papers in most people's inbox can be safely tossed. So pick up a piece of paper right now and decide for yourself.
Here are some questions to consider when deciding whether to keep a piece of paper.
Does this piece of paper require any action?
One of the outgrowths of the computer age is that it's very easy to send lots of people the same information. And unfortunately, most of them keep it, whether they need it or not. If you don't need it, don't keep it.
Is this paper recent enough to be useful?
The results of using outdated information can range from an inconvenience, such as an old map, to a disaster, such as an outdated government regulation. Often, it's better to keep track of who has the information, rather than keeping the information itself.
Would it be difficult for you to get this piece of paper again?
Is this the only place or form in which it exists? Often, when information is available in a computer or the Internet or at another physical location, keeping a duplicate copy becomes unnecessary clutter. If you're a manager, determining retention guidelines sooner rather than later will save untold amounts of physical and human resources.
Are there any tax or legal implications?
If this piece of paper is related to one of these issues, it is important to get good counsel on how long you should keep specific information. If you are audited, inconsistent records will appear sloppy at best and fraudulent at worst.
Can you identify a specific use for this piece of paper?
Just in case is not specific enough. If you can't determine a specific use for the paper, then you can probably safely toss it. On the other hand, if you're not sure, the Paper Tiger software will make sure you can find it if you need it.
What's the worst possible scenario if you toss this?
If you can live with your answer, toss or recycle it and live happily and less cluttered forever after.
There is nothing wrong with keeping every piece of paper that comes into your life if you are willing to invest the space, time, and energy to maintain it. The real issue is not how much you save, it's whether you can find it when you need it. From this day forward, every time you pick up a piece of paper and ask yourself, what's the worst possible thing that could happen if I didn't have this? If you can live with the answer, throw it away. Recycle it if you can. If you decide to keep it, then move on to the next decision. Does it require action, or do you just want to file it in case you need it in the future?